In this talk, I'm going to say something about the sinking of the continent of Pan as it is recorded in the OSP. The Creator has laid out two roads for man. One towards the everlasting life, leading to everlasting light, and the other to an everlasting darkness. The spirits and the human beings in those days had become like absorbents or sucking on one another continually. This was after a continuous degradation of the life on the continent of Pan, which was probably more inhabited by human beings than any other place. The situation on the continent of Pan and in the heavens above the continent of the Pan were beyond redemption. And for this reason, the Creator must have decided to sink the entire continent of Pan once and for all, so that the whole new lives that would be coming in would be subjected to betterment for themselves and not keep on living like how they were living. Just like we have established hierarchies within our governments and corporate worlds, or even in our armies and navy and all that, starting from a soldier, one rises in the ranks and the hierarchy to become commanders or captains or field marshals or reaching that rank. So one goes through the whole discipline of working at various levels and rising higher. And this rising higher is basically on your own skills as well as your learning as well and performance. So there is a similar hierarchy in the heavenly kingdoms, where we who pass away from our physical bodies and have our spiritual bodies, once we keep on learning, we learn under our guardian angels who look after us when we transform ourselves into spiritual life. And then there are lords and gods and what is known in OSP as Ashars and Asafs, and there are even Orion chiefs and Nirvanian chiefs in higher heavens who are able to hear the Creator's voice as well as his wish and his commands. So the Orion chiefs and the Nirvanian chiefs who have lives of hundreds of years and even thousands of years, and for them travel is easy and communication is also very easy, communicating between each one of themselves. And all this is obviously done by the process of the thinking mechanism. It was decided by the Creator that what was happening on the continent of Pan was beyond redemption, and therefore it was decided to bring about a total destruction in the form of sinking of the entire continent of Pan. This also entails carrying away the heavens together with all the spirits who were also living the lowest of lives. The whole of the atmosphere containing the heavens were to be transported away. The waters of a mighty flood would submerge even the highest mountains to clear the corruption and purge the earth of all uncleanliness. The Creator sent his message to all high-raised angels and Orion chiefs and Nirvanian chiefs in other heavenly regions so that they could prepare for the sinking of the continent, as well as to take care of all the spirits who would be displaced from the heavens of the earth. It was also decided to carry all of them over to heavens of other planets where enough care would be given to see that all these spirits were reformed properly. The floods remained for about 150 days, destroying everything, and nothing was left except for total destruction. Only the faithists in Jehovah or the Creator, named in OSP as Ihins, living in their communities, were inspired to build ships even in the valleys and on top of the mountains, and were inspired to fill them with supplies to last them for about 150 days. So all the faithists in the Creator built 138 ships. These numbers are mentioned in OSP. A total number of 12,420 faithists were carried into safety. The ships were built in areas which were not close to the waters. Great amount of work was done by the gods and lords and the Orion chiefs working in the heavens of earth in accomplishing the task of upliftment. The names of the Orion chiefs and Nirvanian chiefs who were involved in this task have been mentioned in OSP, but it is of no use my putting these names over here. Anybody who gets interested into OSP can get access to all that. The faithists who were saved after they had found their foothold in the new region were inspired to carry out all their belongings from the ships to their new homes. These ships were sunk by the direction of the Creator so that the faithists could be prevented from leaving away from their new places of settlement. That they would not think of going to different regions where they could find better places to live. OSP states that a man in conflict with himself accomplishes nothing, but a man in harmony with himself is mighty, wherein he rules to a good purpose. More on a later talk. Thank you.